There we go. Excellent. Okay. Hello. I'm SolarLoon. I'm an independent game developer. I'm the creator of MasterPlan. What is this? Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm the creator of MasterPlan. I am the creator of Tetra 3D as well, which is a 3D renderer for Golang, for game development. But today I'm going to be working on MasterPlan. And so this is what MasterPlan is. It is a project planning software for independent game developers primarily, although you could use it for other things too, like writing books or planning out any kind of long form creative project like games, books, albums, whatever. I don't know why I said albums like that. Albums, albums, anything like that, where basically you might have an overarching vision and you need to kind of keep things together. Um, this last update that I have been working on for the past couple of months, I've added a new card called the web card, which allows you to embed a web browser inside of your project. So you can, for example, create a note like, oh, we need to, create a game like Mario, Super Mario Brothers 3, and then you can like go over here and actually look up like Super Mario Brothers 3 YouTube long play, and then have that, like going. Yeah, we'll watch here. Have that going. Actually, it might not work in this little window. Yeah, let's try it again. Yeah, I don't know if it'll work. Well, it might work actually if we make it a little bigger. You know what? This isn't gonna work, I don't think, as well as it would otherwise. Can we click here? Click here. Let's try watching it on YouTube.
My name is Matthew Murdoch.
That's a little loud. Anyway, the concept is there, I think. And you can be like, oh, let's make it smaller, etc., etc. Yeah. So anyway, the idea is there. Whether it works as well as I would like or not, that's a different question. Although it's really laggy right now for some reason. Normally it's not this bad. Am I doing something unusual? I don't think so. Yeah, it's really lagging. It's unusual. Yeah, it's horrible. Okay, let's see what's going on. Maybe there's some kind of reason behind it. So I guess that's what we're going to be working on. We're going to be seeing what exactly is going on, and see if we can optimize things slash resolve any issues that might remain with the web card. Last time we were working on the map card, making that work a little better, fixing some bugs, some issues. This is something we would like to do something about. Text being slightly blurry in a bad way. Yeah, so there's still some things to work on, but that's okay. That's the process. It's loud for me. Let's go with this one. All right. So let's try this again. Why was this so laggy? Hmm. Weird that it's buffering. Hmm. Buffering. IOB99 says hi. Hello. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. How's it going? So this is interesting. I'm not sure why this is so laggy. Or not laggy, why it's so why it's buffering. I feel like it didn't used to buffer. Let's see, is it just that one channel as buffering? No, it's not. Let me take a look, see if this is something going on with Chrome DP. This says when used concurrently, the zombie processes appear steadily. Yeah, it's not responding. I'm gonna see something. This is code that somebody's running. It doesn't seem to be, or you know, this is code from that issue, from this issue for Chrome DP, and I don't see anything where it's. Oh, this isn't it. This is. The heck? I guess there's something in my mouse. Give me a second here. Okay, let's try that. Okay, there we go. Okay, let's see. Chrome DP with cause the deadline exceeded. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's doing anything concurrently. Let me take a look here.
I was raised to believe in grace.
I pressed the button. Let me see. Is the sound? Okay, so I can play a video. So then why was it? Hey, SolarLoon, is Go and Ebiton good for making good performance games like C and I guess you mean C++? Um, I would say so. I think that if you need like really good performance, like if you're making something that is super high, C in C++. If you need like really tight performance, then Go isn't on the level of C or C++, but it's more than good enough to make um, pretty much every game you would want to make, more or less. Like, if you're making something like, I don't know, like Factorio, or I guess maybe Factorio. I'm not familiar with how like resource intensive it is, but Factorio comes to mind because there's a lot of systems involved. Um, you know, Technologically, in terms of like the rendering and stuff like that. There's all of those kind of normal game systems, but also the game is about making systems, so they have to like operate efficiently, right? So you can make a huge sprawling factory and have things combine and feed from one thing into another, and it's switching as it goes, and there's treadmills and there's robots picking stuff up, and like that kind of a game where it's a lot of stuff happening, like an RTS game. Those games, like if you're making something that's very resource intensive, CPU intensive, then maybe you would want to go for C or C++. But most people are not making games that need that kind of performance. Like if you're making like a AAA game, you probably wouldn't want to go with C or C++ because you would need that much. You need to squeeze out as much power as you can, right? But if you're like just an independent developer making a game, yeah, Go and Ebitingin is perfectly fine. So I mean, I would recommend it. I think it's a good solution. I think it's a good tool. Okay, this seems to be working. Maybe it was just something else. Okay, thanks. Nah, no problem. No problem at all. Maybe I could, I'm wondering if it would be better to have, like, non-blurry... well, like 30 FPS might be a good option for something like this, where well, okay, there's a couple of things. One is I might be able to do with a smaller resolution for something like this, where the original resolution is small enough. Well, 256p is probably good enough for something like this, where you're just playing like footage of Mario 3 or something, an SNES game, an NES game. 256p should be enough, and then maybe you have 320p for like PS1 games. Yeah, so you have some. Oh, there's 128, so you could go like super small if you wanted to. there he goes. It's Mario. It's just absolutely crunched, brother. Like, you can barely see anything. I'm wondering if it would be cool to like have a checkbox or something. Like I could do something like this where it ties in. Is that when you check it, it updates or something? No, I guess not. That's probably not a good idea. Maybe a toggle? You can easily toggle update on or off. Okay, switches. So this is in picoseconds range. This is in 12 to 14 or so. So this is performing well. That's weird. I never noticed that. So this is performing well. Why does the time change depending on whether it's selected or not? Huh. Alright, hold up. Let's take a look here. Oh, is it these? It might be the scroll bars. Yeah. Or, well, no, hold on. I think this is what's causing it to run slowly, but I'm not sure. Okay, no. Yeah, mouse cursor is not near it. So then why is it running so slow? Is it this? Is it this dude? Yeah, okay. So you're not... Oh, no, hold on. Okay. So it's not that. So then why is it running slowly? Okay, is it this guy? Oh wait, no, because recorded input is not even on. Oh, maybe it's this. No. Why is it? Oh, this is update. This is draw. Okay, that's why. I think. What if we return here? Oh, okay, because yeah. Because we're updating the texture. That's probably why, No, why was it? Yeah, no. It's still slow. Let's see. Hmm. Okay, so why is draw taking so long? Return before the web contents are even done. It still takes time, more time than it should. But only when we're drawing, I mean, selecting it. So maybe it doesn't have anything to do with the web card. Is it any card? Maybe? Two milliseconds. Oh, is it to draw the lines? Really? Is it drawing lines? Is that the issue? Yeah, I guess it's the highlighter. Okay. So then why is the highlighter so slow? Is it this? It must be this. Okay, so we can draw lines, we can draw rectangles, we can do stuff like that. So I guess what we can try just drawing a line instead. Okay. Oops. I don't like that. I might need to move to Ebitingen. Like as soon as I see this, I'm like, I really don't like that. That it takes more time to draw the bigger. Like it's feeling like it takes more time to draw the bigger the surface. Which I mean that makes sense, but at the same time, it's a single draw call. Like it's not more. It's not doing more. It's just filling more triangles. That might indicate that this isn't hardware accelerated, maybe? Is that what this is? Maybe that's what the issue is? Is this not hardware accelerated? Most definitely should be. Let's take a look. Let's jump up to main. Can we not use software acceleration? Well, now the weird thing is that this, like, it doesn't take more time to render this image or this card bigger, right? Like, it doesn't take more time to render the card bigger. The card gets bigger, so it's not about the filling the pixels. It's about did I press something? Calculating the. That's weird, dude. Why is drawing a line slow? Clear, copy, create texture, destroy, draw line, draw lines. Draw points, rects, fill, flush. Present, read pixels, render geometry. Set scale, set viewport. Is it hard to switch from SDL to Ebiton? I already switched from Raylib to SDL. So on the one hand, it would be like a ghoulish thing to do. But on the other hand, like it's not that complicated. Like it would be hard, but like it wouldn't take like months. It wouldn't take weeks. It might take a few days. Because I mean, most of the code is going to say the exact same. It's just basically rendering. So rendering cards, drawing lines, rendering images, loading images, loading and playing audio. And that's kind of it. Like it's not super complicated. I also prefer Ebitengen's API by far compared to SDL2. Do I dare? Do I dare? I mean, and it's not, I'm not doing this like at the drop of a hat. I'm doing this because from what I'm looking at, drawing lines is just dumb slow. Which is, you know, kind of a problem because like I'm giving up a millisecond almost just drawing this one card, basically. And outlining this one card. And it's like, why is it so slow? What about the performance? Ebitingen, I believe, should be more performant than SDL2 because Ebitingen can batch rendering things together. So like rendering cards together probably could be batched even automatically because I'm drawing all the cards. Like, I think all of my visual assets, apart from things like web cards that have like an additional thing, I think they might all be on a single sprite sheet, which means that they can be batched easily. Let me take a look here. Broken image, empty image, GUI window icon. So yeah, all of my stuff comes from here. So it should be able to batch better. It should be able to render better. I think that might be the way to go. I mean, like, I'm sacrificing 2 milliseconds just having my mouse over this card. The whole reason I went to SDL2 in the first place was because by going to SDL2, I was hoping to be able to integrate, what's the word? Input management, IMEs, which is input management entry, I think. So people can type things in like Japanese or Chinese or Arabic or whatever, language that they're using. But there's a couple of problems with that. One is I don't think it works for one. And secondly, MasterPlan is a left to right tool. Like, everything you type is left to right. It doesn't support right to left entry. It doesn't support top to bottom entry for Japanese. It's just left to right. So the idea of moving from Raylib to SDL was kind of flawed. The only thing that it bought me, the intention was to be able to enter things in a different language or different languages for people who needed to do so, but I don't know if it works. I've gotten reports that it doesn't work, and I've just never really gotten around to fixing it. Let me see if I can do something about that. Hold on. I'm gonna turn off my screen cap real quick so I can see if I can set up input languages. Let's see, does this work the way I wish it does, or does it not work the way I would like it to? Oh, whoops. Okay, so wait, hold on. Is this still working or no? Okay. I think it's working. No, it's not working. There it goes. Okay. Yeah, let me see here. Does this, can I get a Japanese kana? So this is not what I am talking about quite. Also, this font doesn't support Japanese, so I wouldn't even be able to test it with this font. But basically, they're supposed to be, I'm not sure if I even have, do I even have the ability to do this? Let me see. I'm not even sure if I can test this. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not sure if this works at all. Well, well. Let's see. Is there any? Let me see. English. Input. Do I have to install it? It's not something. Mm, hmm. Okay, so I'm gonna try this. Actually, I don't want to do that. We're gonna try something here. No idea how to actually use this. So I installed an input method framework. I'm not sure if I have to do anything. Let's see. Okay. So this is what I'm talking about. Let's see if this works. So the idea is something like input mode. Hiragana. The idea is that basically you can type and then a window appears and you can like press enter. That's the idea. But I don't know, it's not working here. Maybe it has to be. Oh, hold on. Hold up. Okay, so if I go here and then input mode is hiragana. Okay, so testing. Okay, so then it's you can basically like okay. So if I wanted to say like konnichiwa, I can look for does it recognize konnichiwa? Oh, I might have said konnichiwa. Okay. Konnichiwa. Give me dango. No. Give me eigo. This one I think is like I think eigo is. Oh no, I guess it's eigo. Yeah, but I think this is English in Japanese. So that's the idea. Is that basically you can type things like English and Japanese, and then press space, and it turns it into the Japanese characters. Now, this won't work in MasterPlan. I don't know where it is. Here it is. This won't work here, I believe. Yeah. So it's like, if it doesn't even work here, then what's the point of even doing all this stuff, right? What's the point of even working with SDL if it's not gonna do what I need it to do? Buddy, I'm wondering if I should just like scrap it entirely. What would that even look like? What was I testing? What was I working on before I got on this tangent? Ah, right. So the web part. So yeah, it's taking a long time. That has nothing to do with the actual thing. So it's actually performing pretty well. It's actually, you know, it's doing really well. It's slow, completely unrelated to the card, basically. Like if you say, oh, I want it to be 10 FPS and always update the visuals, it's not doing half bad. It's like 0.2 milliseconds, which is pretty good, I would say. So we can leave it like this. That's fine. Oh, this is where yeah. I wonder if these should be in here, because I feel like it's not. These aren't really things that you're going to use that often. Well, maybe you are, because it kind of is important for you to be able to look at it. Super Mario Bros. 3 long play. Super Mario Bros. 2 long play.
My name is Matthew Murdoch.
That's actually working really well. Now that I know like the slow performance, and now this isn't the performance tied, like the entire performance, this bottom time value. This is the performance of this thread. So basically MasterPlan, you know, is running on one thread, but Chrome is running in another thread, and it is doing what it's doing. Chrome is you know, obviously running as well as, you know, playing a video, and it's also taking screenshots on another thread. So there's a thread for Chrome, there's a thread in Go taking screenshots, or informing Chrome to take screenshots and feed it back, getting the screenshots and putting it into a SDL texture, and then the first thread is updating the texture, or, you know, putting that visually on screen, or yeah. like putting it into an SDL texture, the results. But this is actually pretty good. This isn't bad. So it's doing its thing. Okay. That's kind of fire, actually. This is kind of crazy. I'm back to this is dope technology mode. I might end up moving back to Abington, or moving to Abington, because it's like, well, why even use SDL if I don't like the API and I don't think it's fast, and it also, this was kind of such a weird puzzle to put in the first world of Super Mario Brothers 2. I mean, I guess this is not Super Mario Bros. 2. This is Doki Doki Panic, but it's kind of interesting that this is like the opening in the opening world. It's kind of a crazy thing. But I guess that's a cool secret. Now that I think about it, or now that I'm looking at it, that's a cool little secret to bypass stuff. Get through with a shortcut. That's cool. Not sure why it buffers like this. I don't know. It does it. I don't know. I don't have control over that. Maybe Chrome has some sort of like. Let me check out Chrome's yeah, maybe it has some kind of like sleep or like maybe this. Okay, so this says normally Chrome will treat a foreground tab instead as backgrounded if the surrounding window is occluded, visually covered by another window. This flag disables that. Hang monitor dialogues or render processes may slow unload memory. This disables non-foreground tabs from getting a lower process priority. This doesn't affect timers or painting behavior. I might use both of these. This one, and that one. So background timer, throttling, renderer, backgrounding. Grounding occluded windows. Background timer, throttling. Let's see. Disable back forward cache. Back forward cache. No process per site. Okay, so I think that's probably fine for now. Disable pop-up blocking. We probably don't want that. Want to disable pop-up blocking? Let's say no. Pictures. Okay. No default browser check. No first run. Headless mute audio is false. Okay. So I think that's probably a good start. Let's see. Let's see what we can do. Let's try something else. I'm gonna go ahead and do something kind of crazy. Let's see if we can go to Picotron. Let's see if we can do this. This should work. I'm trying to see if I can find one that would be a cool thing to look at. Okay. Crunchy compression. Where is I'm looking at, I guess we can try this. It doesn't scale down. But it does work. Oh no, it doesn't work. Aw. Ah, that's what I hadn't considered. So let's see. If I go to if I make a web card and I go to uh Super Mario Brothers 2 long play. I play a video.
5 words you pronounce wrong 2 years before your brain starts shutting down. Dementia
Whoa.
is now
That's very deep. Just okay, so if I delete this, the sound keeps playing. Huh, what do we do in this kind of a situation? Because on the one hand, you could say, well, if you delete the card, it should basically delete the tab. And yeah, that makes sense. That's correct. Okay. Okay, let's try that. Crashed. That makes sense because it's nil. Right. Okay, let's try that. Let's see. Pauses. Nil, huh? This is okay. Undo, redo. When does this get called? Restored. Restore cards. When does it get restored? Undo state deletion. Oh, I see. Undo, redo, and then restore. Probably should do it the other way where it restores first and then undo, redo triggers. Because then we can do this where we reinitialize it. Oh, well, we only have. You know what? Let's go back. Because we can reverse this to the way it worked previously, so we don't have to worry about any changes. So it doesn't have the URL. Okay, so it does work. It doesn't have the URL though. It doesn't have the URL. It reinitializes the context. Oh, I guess we have to do this. Well, then this should be part of this. So it reinitializes the context. Well, I should only reinitialize the context. Okay, yeah. So it could do this. Okay, let's try that. So you go to web. You can say like Super Mario Brothers 2 long play. Takes you there. You delete the card. You undo it. It does not work correctly. It crashes because the go function is still running. When we call destroy from here, that's probably, let's see, we call the cancel function, we destroy, we do this. That means that, let's see, where was the issue? Here. This is in the browser. Yes, so it's for everybody. Okay. Okay. Hmm. I see. Okay. 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 To remove. Oh, well, when is to remove set to true? We call destroy. That's when to remove set to true. We call cancel function as well, which cancels the tab. Okay, that's right. So then why is to remove? When is this ever nil? Okay. Okay, well, that works. Oh, okay, this is a captcha. So that works. So then this might mean it's a deadlock. The tab is nil. Why would it be nil though? Hmm. Oh, well, yeah, we should be looping through tabs probably. Hmm. But no, yeah, how do we remove tab that we're working on? Let's see. How do we remove a tab that we're working on? Well, maybe we don't remove it in the go routine. Maybe we can remove it here. Maybe we could set thinking tabs. And we store this here like this to indicate that we're gonna operate on it. So then we just loop through. You can try this. This probably will not work. But it might be good enough to start off with. Chrome browser. I pinned. Okay, so this. Oh, and break. This is a start. Okay. Um. Let's do that back here, so we can get some feedback. If you undo, it does not work. Give me a second. All right. Okay, so this does work. I wanted to put this back here so that you could get the message to like show. How do I do that? So you could get the message to show, even if it's lagging from creating, spinning up a new tab or browser context or whatever, rather than it being silent like this. Hmm. Browser error. here. Okay, that should work. Whoops. In cases like that, why did that happen? I think it's because the texture size was not correct. Let's see. Where this, I think this. Because the image buffer size should not have changed. Let's change this. Oops. It must be a race condition because it's not consistent. So I think what's happening is when we like the data is being set here. But maybe the raw image isn't being set. Yeah, maybe that's the problem. Raw image. We're updating the buffer size, no? We make the raw image size. I can't reproduce it, so I'm not sure what to make of it. I might not be able to do much about that. As I recall, there was an issue where I couldn't load a project that had a web card in it. Let's see. So that does work. So we probably want to load it when the card is... Is it that card specifically? Looks like yes. Okay. Oh, I got there in the end. Is it the size of the thing? Okay, so there's a couple things we can do. One is that if we load a web card, let's see, only selected. So yeah, I'm thinking this. Okay, so I think what we can do is we can basically make it so that the browser tab starts with force refresh set to true, so we always have the first frame, and then oops, past that we have it can be unset basically. There we go. So it starts off with that set to true. Now this, why might this be so slow? Hmm. What's up that fascinating? But this one's super slow. Context deadline exceeded. All right, let's see where it's getting stuck. Let's see. Getting all carts created. Let me do something before I forget. Okay. Let's see. Yo, what if we don't do this just to see what happens? Okay, that's not the issue. Oops. Okay. Card 0. Spin up web context. Did we ever get to the update phase, or is it freezing on something else? Okay, so no, it's not. Let's see. Ural. Okay, so we created the tab. Okay, so maybe the browser is like freezing essentially. Why is the navigate? Oh. I think I see what the issue is. Yeah. So the navigate, this should be that. What? Only when selected. Okay, I think I see what's going on. Okay, I think I see what's going on here. All right, well, that still kind of works pretty well. Okay, so this now is slightly better. So the navigate, I see. So we need to wait for the navigate to finish before. Well, do we? It shouldn't be possible for the navigate to not finish before we set this. It runs through all actions. Oh, is it possible that it doesn't do all the actions at the same time? I see. Force refresh and load. Okay. So I'm gonna say I'm gonna do this because the idea is that basically we can know when the tab was created and basically like refresh it for a while until like I guess the idea I have is basically this. So basically, if the time since we created the tab is less than a second, then we will act like we're forcing the refresh. Maybe times 5. I guess this is fine. This isn't a great solution, but it is a solution. Like we can't tell like how long a card is loading for either. Some cards load directly like this, where it's a single individual load, and some cards load several times like this, where it's loading and then it's loading again a little bit and then it loads again. It's like pulling ads and it's, you know, tracking your information. There's my boy. He's beautiful. 20 FPS is beautiful. I feel like the scroll bars are too sensitive. There we go. All right, so not perfect, but I think this is probably pretty good. This should be pretty useful. It's a little better. Be like 440 maybe. My ideal size? Yeah. Okay, so let's see. Let me make a function to automatically set the correct size for a menu. Index out of range with length. So it was in the middle of doing this when the tab, when the raw image size changed. What can we do about that? How can we sync these so that this is updating visuals not at the same time as we're doing things to change it. Maybe we can, let's see, hold on. Okay. So we could do something like a atomic int. Oops. Like this. I mean, I guess we could use channels, right? So you put something in the channel indicating you guys should sync, and you wait for it to be removed, or for the other channel to put something back. I guess it could just be a channel 0 like this. Right? Because then you can basically... Let's see. Select statement. Oh, case. Okay. Okay, I think something like that might work. Hmm. Hmm. This does work. Hmm. Hmm? Hmm. What is this clicking and dragging situation? Hmm. There's something going on here. Like clicking. Is it in update? Okay. There's still something going on here with regards to multiple cards. Yeah, like what is that? Yeah, I think this is what I meant to do. Why does it like do that? Does not do that by itself. It is doing that by itself. Why is it doing that? What? Times is greater than 0. Okay, so something is calling deselect. But not this. Well, what else is calling deselect? This don't make no sense. You can't tell me that this ain't working. Okay, so okay, I think I see what this is then. Let me do a hide. Doing it. Hmm. Okay, that might be as good as I can get it. Oh, that's why I put it into the mode where it's yeah. Is this why I did that? Let's see. I have to find a way to like consume a button input, I think, while still like, well, I guess I can just do this, right? Okay, let's see. Okay, I think that's good enough for now. Man, okay, I think I got. Oops. I think I got it. Hopefully this will work. There's a lot that could go wrong, but so far, it's shaping up. It feels both powerful and very clunky, which might mean there's something wrong with this kind of approach. But okay. Why is this so laggy? Like they're all laggy. Hmm. Yeah, there's something that's super laggy about multiple web cards. So I'll try to figure that out next time. Alright, well, thank you very much for watching. I've been Solar Loon. It's been real. I'll catch you guys on the flip side next time. And yeah, I'll see if I can get this to be actually usable. Alright, thanks for watching. See ya.